So what, if anything, will Congress do in response to this shooting? For more on how lawmakers have previously tackled gun control measures, Jim Kessler's with us, former staffer on the House committee that worked on the 1994 assault weapons ban. He's now the executive vice president for policy of Third Way. Jim, that 94 ban lasted 10 years, then it expired. Any chance in your mind of Congress enacting something similar now?
No. I mean, there isn't the votes there. We're not that close to the votes. When we passed it in 1994, it passed the House by 218 to 216. I was there that day. We didn't know we had the votes till the very end. We compromised on that bill to get every single vote, including the 10-year sunset. The assault weapons ban makes total 100% sense. There is not the votes right now for it now. Probably not in the House, definitely not in the Senate. And I'm not talking filibuster 60. I don't think there's 50 votes.
This shows once again the Democrats have learned nothing from last November. Welcome to another installment of the Connecticut Gun Bench. Today's video is brought to you by P.A.N. Firearms, LLC. P.A.N. Firearms, your NRA certification of multifaceted gun training. You can reach us at 203-300-6343 or use our website at www.panfirearmsllc.com. As always, there'll be a link in the description box below if you like channel, like content, and what I do. You can support me with the link. Everything is appreciated. And once again, online store is open. Get yourself some cool merch. Help me support what I do here. CGB20 will get you 20% off, free shipping. Connecticut residents, I'm sorry, you're going to have to pay tax. Hey, that's what you get for being in the Democrat bastion. But CGB20 will get you 20% off. Move out my winter stuff, bring in the summer. But let's talk about this. And once again, as I said, the Democrats have learned nothing from the election. They took an absolute thrashing. And yet, they have doubled and tripled down on every issue, whether it be political, social, doesn't matter. They just keep pushing the envelope into extremism, and they can't seem to get it that the people, the majority, do not want what they're selling. But to keep in line with that, both houses, Democrats, have pushed forward an assault weapons bill, as they do every damn time. They don't have control of the House and the Senate, but they're going to do it anyway, and then use shame and emotional tactics to try to get votes to push it through. That's how they always do these things. But if you remember, I did a story on a bill that was called the GOSAFE Act, which stood for Gas-Operated Semi-Automatic Firearms Exclusion. Check. Which, in its language, would ban a massive swath of semi-automatic firearms that use a gas propellant system to cycle itself. That includes pistols, shotguns, and rifles. But that apparently has now been resurrected, and Democrats in both houses, both chambers of the Congress, are going to push this through. Let me bring you into here. Sweeping assault weapons ban introduced to Congress. Democrats in both chambers of Congress have announced a plan to outlaw about every common semi-automatic firearm with a detachable magazine, which Colorado just did. Introduced by U.S. Senator Martin Heinrich, Democrat, what a shock, and Senate and U.S. Rep. Lucy McBeth, Democrat, oh, what a shock. In the House, the proposed new gas-operated semi-automatic firearms exclusion, or GOSAFE Act, is sweeping in scope. Now, then there's points out here. Assault weapon ban laws always target specific models by name, and then they say and like, so anything that's based on its function is also banned. This one here just basically says if your firearm uses a gas propellant system to recycle itself, we're going to ban it, which of course immediately this is a violation of Bruin, Heller, and Heller 2 especially. But previous assault weapons ban prohibits specific models by name and then include a more catch-all by targeting firearms with similar features, like. However, the GOSAFE Act targets pistols, rifles, and shotguns that use any spent propellant gases to cycle the action during the reload process. The result is that only guns not affected would be auto-loaders with low-capacity fixed magazines, revolvers, single double-shot firearms, and those with manual bolt, lever, or pump action. The bill includes exemption for firearms chambered in .22 rimfire. Like, we're supposed to feel better that they're throwing in some kind of bullshit bone here, but or less, as well as shotguns and rifles with a permanently fixed magazine of 10 rounds or less, and handguns with a permanently fixed magazine of 15 rounds or less. Could you imagine trying to reload a handgun with a fixed magazine? Think about that for a minute. Most other guns are on the cutting block. The language includes specific bans on everything else that uses a short or long stroke gas piston, direct impingement action, blowback action, or recoil operating system, and except some sort of detachable magazine. So anything that has a detachable magazine is going to be banned. That's exactly what they're talking about here. Heinrich this week told an eager crowd of anti-gun advocates in his home state that this bill does a really good job at targeting the underlying mechanical principles that make some firearms so much more dangerous while still protecting Americans' right to own a firearm for legitimate self-defense, hunting, and sporting purposes. This whole notion that the function of the firearm makes it more dangerous than a firearm that does not use that specific function is about as idiotic as it comes. If these people truly knew anything about guns, they would actually be dangerous. But the measure is endorsed by the usual gun control grifters, including March for Our Lives, Brady, Sandy Hook Promise, Everytown, and Gifford. You know, if these people would just be honest, just come out and say, we don't want civilians to own firearms. Because they're not anti-gun. I've said this so many times. They're not anti-gun. They are anti-you having a gun, because trust me, they have armed security. It's that, plausible deniability I always talk about. Well, I don't have the gun. My bodyguard has the gun. So I'm not violating anything. I'm not being a hypocrite. Yeah, you are. Because most of us don't have the millions of dollars that were thrown at these entities through NGOs and other donations. We don't have that. So, of course they're going to support this stuff. These people are not anti-gun. They're not. The measure is filed in the Senate as S1370 with 13 co-sponsors, all Democrats or independents who caucus with them. The House version is HR 2790, referred to the Committee on the Judiciary, 26 partisan co-sponsors. Of note, Macbeth, who backed a similar bill in the last Congress, waited until she paused her Georgia governor campaign to come out swinging behind GOSAFE in the current Congress. While the GOP narrowly controls Congress, Republicans have easily crossed the aisle in recent years to pass controversial gun control measures. So, as it points, don't write this one off entirely, and you shouldn't, because it is a very slim margin in both the House and the Senate. So all you need is a couple of turncoats to get something like this through. They've failed in every attempt that they've tried to push this kind of stuff through, but don't ever say never. It can always happen. So we need to pay attention to this, keep an eye on this, and watch this passes through. Once again, get on the phones, get on the emails, hit up your local rep. Unfortunately, here for us in Connecticut, we have reps that are just fully behind nonsense like this. And you could talk to them with common sense and facts. They're going to come back with their form letter of talking about protecting communities and safe for XYZ. But for those of you in swing states, get on their people and let them know we can get rid of you. We have enough votes to get rid of you. Don't get on board with stupidity like this. But let me know what you think. As always, you can leave your comments in the comment section below. And as always, any statements of violence or statements that lead to violence will be removed. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you're notified the next time the video goes live. I am going to see you on the next one. Peace.